everybody? Young Ben signing in with another podcast video. Today, I want to get right into this, man. News came out this week, or was it yesterday? One of these. It came out this weekend, maybe, about Roe versus Wade, the overturning of abortions, just that whole legislation, and it immediately brought me right to this particular article, piece of information that I've honestly discovered maybe 5 years ago now. I think this article came out in 2016, and this was during the time where I, for myself personally, was just doing a lot of different research and understanding the systems of the world, the systems of America, understanding the reality that I was living in as a young man. And I was just ripping down the walls on everything, wanting to know what is really going on. What is the truth behind everything? What makes these systems work, run? Where is the money going? Why? Who? All of that. And in the midst of all that research, I did stumble upon this particular article. Like I said, it does say the day right there, October 15th, 2016. And really understanding what Planned Parenthood is. Look at the title. Let's get right into it. Look at the title. It says, Planned Parenthood celebrates a century of eugenics. Most people don't even know what eugenics is, right? But let's get right into it, because this is going to be very important. I'm speaking on this. Let me give a disclaimer first. Slow down, Brendan. I know you're excited. Slow down. My take on abortions, I would never tell a woman what to do with her body. At the end of the day, you're the one that has to carry that child at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But my first inclination, and I feel like most men's inclination, is we'll keep the child. You know what I mean? And we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? That's my take. Once again, I'll never tell a woman what to do with her body. She has to carry that child. But that's how I feel. You see what I'm saying? And I stand on that because of what we're about to read right now. People that have been that I've seen, and I've had to remove myself from social media, Twitter, Instagram over these last few days, because I can't take all the bullshit think pieces that aren't based on any facts or information. Y'all don't have any facts or anything based in your opinion. It's purely based off emotion. You're fighting for something. Oh, God. We'll get into it. Okay, let's get right into it. Planned Parenthood is celebrating its centennial anniversary the same year as dream presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is vowing to ensure more black women can have abortions because taxpayers will pay for them. That is a crazy first paragraph, right? And at this time, this is 2016, Hillary Clinton was a dream presidential candidate. Oh, the first woman president, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, she is a devil. It reads, it's fitting that the nation's largest provider of abortions, founded by eugenicist Margaret Sanger on October 16, 1916, is campaigning for Clinton, who was once the recipient of Planned Parenthood's own Sanger Award. I admire Margaret Sanger enormously, Clinton said, as she accepted the award in 2009. Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. Now, I have to look up what eugenics is for you guys. I'm going to have to, because this is scary shit for those who don't know. The study of how to arrange reproduction within a human population to increase the occurrence of heritable characteristics regarded as desirable, developed largely by Sir Francis Galton as a method of improving the human race. Eugenics was increasingly discredited as unscientifically and racially biased under the 20th century. especially after the adoption of its doctrines by the Nazis in order to justify their treatment of Jews, disabled people, and other minority groups. And that is a very safe definition because this shit is borderline evil. Let me break it down for you. It says how to arrange reproduction within a human population. Why are you trying to control that? Who is trying to control that is the better question. Is that not scary? You thinking it's just free reign. We going about our every day. You know what I'm saying? That I can reproduce and, mate with whoever. You know what I'm saying? Whoever I fall in love with, right? But they're telling you that they have a whole science on how to rearrange and arrange reproduction within a human population to increase the occurrence of heritable characteristics regarded as desirable. Who determines what is desirable? Why are you trying to control this? And then what just really is the ticker? Adopted by the Nazis. We know what the Nazis is about. We know what the Nazis are about. We know what Hitler was about. This is scary shit, man. Let me go back. She says, I admire Margaret Sanger, Clinton, in 2009. When I think about what Sanger did all those years ago in Brooklyn, Clinton continued, I am really in awe of her. And there are a lot of lessons we that can learn. That was not good editing. Learn from her life, and I can't even talk, and the cause she launched and fought for and sacrificed so greatly. Now all that's bullshit to me. Let's get right into it. Talking about Planned Parenthood. The thing that every black woman on Twitter is fighting for right now. Sanger's organization, which now rakes in more than $500 million. Most people don't even know that. And taxpayer funding annually grew to perform over 300,000 abortions per year in the United States. According to the 2010 census, 79% of Planned Parenthood's surgical abortion facilities are located within walking distance of black or Hispanic neighborhoods. 79%. We might as well say 80. This is in 2010. And it just begs the question, why are most of the abortion clinics located so closely to, what did eugenics say? Disabled people and other minority groups? Why is that the case? Some 59 million abortions have been performed. This is scary shit. Some 59 million. How many countries is that? If these were people. I mean, how many 59 million, guys, have been performed in the country since the Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade decision in 1973? Nearly 18 million of them on black babies. As Breitbart News has reported, the Allen Guttmacher Institute also provided data showing that about 30% of all abortions in the U.S. are performed on black women, with another 25% performed on Hispanic women. Perhaps the most stirring statistic comes from New York City, where more black babies are aborted than are born. Wow. It continues. Planned Parenthood has been under congressional investigation for the past year following allegations that it profits from the sale of the body parts of babies it aborts in its clinics. Now, this is the part I wanted to get to. This is what I specifically remembered that really changed my perspective, deepened my understanding on what is really going on, when they're trying to regulate your bodies and get control of your genetics and your DNA and your body parts. We don't even know the deeper plot behind it. What the fuck? We don't even know, my bad, y'all. We don't even know the deeper plot behind this organization. And they are selling the body parts of the babies. Are you guys familiar with organ stealing and organ harvesting? They sell, countries are invested in the selling of different organs and body parts. There is a numerical money dollar value on certain body parts on the black human body. Did y'all know that? It was years ago. It was around this time years ago. I seen a chart that had prices on lungs, legs, hearts, on every single body part in our bodies. This whole organization was set up to take from you, to take your children away from you, to diminish our population. Let's continue on. So when people are on Twitter right now saying, oh my God, I'm gonna have to fly over here to get an abortion, you sound sick in the head. You're sick in the head. You don't even know what you're saying, but you're tweeting this and putting it out into the world and into the ether as if it's the right opinion and as if everyone should be siding with you. It's scary. It's scary. And I was just reading over some of the tweets. I was just like, Lord God, if you come tomorrow, man, I just would not be mad at it. I just wouldn't. Let's continue reading. As part of its desperate scheme to defend itself against the allegations, the abortion business has gone so far out of the mainstream of America that it has cemented a relationship with the far left LGBT agenda and now even offers transgender hormone treatments at its clinics. In an attempt to shore up its support from black women, oh my God, I forgot about this part. Planned Parenthood is relying on an alliance with Black Lives Matter and similar black activist groups, even to the extent of contorting BLM's claim that law enforcement is racist against blacks into a new social justice called reproductive justice. So they've been plotting on this. This has been a plan, obviously. Once again, it's all about abortion for Planned Parenthood. And we already got the tails on Black Lives Matter. I've been saying it for years and years and years and years. People have looked at me crazy, saying, oh my God, you don't support black people. You don't care about us. That's not the case. But the organization of Black Lives Matter, as it already has came out, that they are a fraudulent group of people that have been profiting off the deaths of black people since it has been created. They are also in cahoots with Planned Parenthood. This is what the article states. They're corrupt. And that's what I want people to really get out of this, None of these organizations and anything tied to any political system has your best interest at heart. You, as an individual, have to have your best interest. It reads, Black Christians will have none of it, however. Baltimore Ravens tight end Ben Watson commented on Sanger's bigotry in August. I do know that blacks kind of represent a large portion of the abortions, Watson told TurningPointFriends.org. And I do know that, honestly, the whole idea with Planned Parenthood and founder Margaret Sanger in the past was to exterminate blacks. And it's kind of ironic that it's working. Like I said, this lady was sick in the head. She came from the Nazis and German gene pool. They just migrated over here to the United States and tried to implement the same type of tactics to get rid of you. It is another form of racism. They don't want you here. This is what white supremacy really is. People get confused on what that means. And I don't even like to use that term because it's just so ugh. But this is what that means. We don't want you here. And if we can trick you into your own extermination, we've done our job. Let's continue. Retired NFL Super Bowl champion Burgess Owens backed up Watson. Sanger looked at blacks as weeds, Owens told Breitbart News, adding that the NAACP was complicit in the decimation of the black community through abortion. Yes, since NAACP is corrupt, we've known this for years. The NAACP was not a black-run, black-originated organization. Yes, founded by whites. It was run by 21 white socialist, atheist, Marxist Democrats. It was the antithesis of Reverend Martin Luther King Sr.'s community at the time, which was capitalist, Christian, very pro-life and pro-America. So these 21 white people began to put a message through to the black community that Democrats were good. Liberalism was good, and they subscribed to the same philosophy that Margaret Sanger believed of blacks at the time. Most people don't even know that the Democrat Party was the main party for the KKK. Sanger, who began the Negro Project in 1939 and worked to bring birth control to blacks in an effort to reduce the population, joined with elite and well-known African Americans Mary McLeod Bethune, W.E.B. Du Bois, and Reverend Adam Clayton Powell Sr. The Negro Project was sold as a solution to poverty and high birth rates among the black community. Okay, I don't even like that sentence. What is high birth rates? Why is that a bad thing? At the same time, Sanger promoted her theory of eliminating the unfit. She also condemned charitable organizations that she believed were elevating the very population that needed to be weeded out. If you wonder why urban, young, black women are allowing themselves to be victimized by Planned Parenthood, look at BET, which is owned by very wealthy white Democrats, Owens urged. Look at the 15 years of messaging that has been gotten through to our urban black communities, anti-white, anti-police, anti-family, and pro-abortion. 40% of black babies have been given to the altar of abortion, he observed. In any other society, that would be considered, oh my God, that would be considered genocide. And we are willingly doing this. It's sick. It's sickening. Today, we put a nice name to it and at the same time have convinced our own mothers that their babies are no more than an inconvenience or a profit. Oh my God. Breitbart News sports editor Dan Flynn noted as well how Sanger used black ministers to promote her agenda. The church is always in on it. And Planned Parenthood's founder lived until 1966, hardly the Stone Ages, and continued to spout bigotry and promote eugenics until the very end. Margaret Sanger used the N-word in private correspondence, spoke at a Ku Klux Klan gathering in 1926, and boasted of starting a Negro program aimed to curtail the growth of the black population. This is the founder of Planned Parenthood. This is the lady that pushed abortions. And once again, the people on Twitter are fighting for the rights of this. You're fighting for the rights to continue this. Why? Because you love casual sex so much? We do not want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, she wrote. Procter and Gamble heir Dr. Clarence Gamble in 1939, and the minister is the man who can straighten that idea out if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members. In January, when Clinton accepted the official endorsement of Planned Parenthood, I guess we're about to bring it all full circle, she also planned for an end to the Hyde Amendment so that more low-income Black and Hispanic women could obtain abortions on demand on the taxpayer's dime. My God. I will always defend Planned Parenthood, Clinton said, and I will say consistently and proudly, Planned Parenthood should be funded, supported, and appreciated, not undermined, misrepresented, and demonized, y'all. Clinton, who also said unborn babies have no constitutional rights, added that women have the right to abortion. Any right that requires you to take measures to access it is no right at all, she said. Not as long as we have laws on the books like the Hyde Amendment, making it harder for low-income women to exercise their full rights. Wow. So I had to bring this to you guys' attention sooner rather than later. Once again, like I said earlier, you know, they try to force you to take a stance or take a side on something. I look for the facts and I stand on principle. What do I feel in my heart and in my mind is right? And I don't mind standing alone. Once again, I would never, ever tell a woman what to do with her body. It is your body at the end of the day. It is yours. But what is the bigger picture here? Are you contributing to this? To what is being said, the extermination of Black people? It's right there in black and white. How the lady feels about abortions, why she pushed it so hard. It's scary that we are supporting this openly, avidly. It's heavy, man. And this is the world we live in right now. All I can say is, continue to be safe out here. I love you guys. Keep pushing.